Los Angeles right now, 78 degrees and sunny. So a very different scene here in South Bend. USC won the toss, will receive. So the Trojans will get their hands on the football first. So it is Tyler Newsome to kick off. And it will be Juju Smith-Schuster to return it, as Brian Kelly wanted to keep it out of the hands of Adoree Jackson with some directional kicking. Coming off one of his worst games of his career last Thursday night against Washington, and this is Trey Madden, one of a group of running backs that will see action tonight, picking up a big first down carry. Most efficient passing season in USC history as Madden gets the call again. And this time, Notre Dame is there to meet him. Many as 4 running backs for the Trojans tonight. The loss of 1 brings up 2nd and 11. The fake to Madden, and Kessler's first pass out to Madden in the flat for another good game. Irish territory at the Notre Dame 45. Ronald Jones, the freshman, who they're really high on, gets his first carry of the game. On 2nd down and 8, they give it back to Kessler, and Kessler's in trouble, evades it, and throws it away. 3rd downs. Kessler feels the pressure, going down the sidelines, and it is complete to Juju Smith-Schuster. You can see Smith-Schuster kind of shush the crowd there. 1st and goal for USC. Trey Madden looking for the goal line, gets it down to the 2 or 3 yard line. Who will play corner tonight on defense. There he is in motion, and also a part of special teams. They fake it to him. Kessler rolling to his right and in for the opening score. Well, this certainly has to calm the nerves of USC and everybody watching out west. There are a couple of them on the sidelines tonight in an emotional week out west for USC, on top of Notre Dame 7-0. In the 87th meeting, as C.J. Sanders comes up on a short kick, and he gets popped at the 25. Continues to come off of an injury. And here is Kaiser in his 5th start for Notre Dame. After taking over for the injured Malik Zaire. Play action on 1st down, going deep downfield, and Will Fuller on the opening play for Notre Dame is going to go all the way. 75 yards.
Adoree Jackson, the best athlete on the field, number 2 in coverage, and Will Fuller runs right by him. No safety help because of the play action fake. It was a hard play action fake. USC trusts their corners in man-to-man coverage. The safety gets drawn up, and Will Fuller blows by Jackson.
And what did Deshaun Kaiser tell us yesterday? He said these USC corners are good, but they haven't seen the speed of Will Fuller and company. And on the very first play from scrimmage, Fuller lights up the board. Great rivalry.
I don't think you can fit any more people on the sidelines today. Star-studded cast down there, and they get a great explosive start by both teams.
And there again is that directional kicking. They are keeping it out of the hands of Adoree Jackson. This is Juju Smith-Schuster, who then pitches it to Adoree Jackson. And Jackson gets it across the 45 positions, but obviously just burned by Fuller. So Kessler begins this drive with a pass to Daquan Hampton. And it's a good gain quickly into Notre Dame territory. Up 2nd down and short, call it 2. And they'll put it on the ground to Madden. He's going to be stopped short for no gain. Kessler sets up, complete, and getting the first down is Darius Rogers, and then some.
Athleticism wins out.
They look pretty healthy there. So fresh set of downs for Kessler when he's going to the goal line, overthrowing Smith-Schuster. Kivari Russell was on him. On 2nd down and 10, Justin Davis gets his first carry of the game. 3rd and 7 as USC tries to keep this drive alive. Just inside the Notre Dame 30. Kessler with time, open, caught, short of the first down to Davis. His first year as the field goal kicker for the Trojans. There is where it took place 10 years ago, and that's your Mercedes-Benz top performances. Again, it was, although it was illegal, the play later became known as the Bush Push. But again, what, 3 years ago, Doug, the rule changed again, and now we're seeing guys push guys around.
If it would happen today, it's legal, and we've seen it all year long with the Notre Dame offensive line getting involved in it. Arizona State had a big one.
C.J. Sanders fakes it. The reverse on the kickoff return. He's still on his feet. He's going to be brought down at about the 25-yard line. Will Fuller earlier tonight, which put Notre Dame on the board with just one play in. So this is C.J. Procise. Another one of the big keys for Notre Dame. He eludes a defender and all the way up the sideline. So how about the first two plays of scrimmage for the Irish tonight?
This is well defended by USC. It's all jammed up inside, and they just lose contain and speed to the outside. C.J. Procise is big, but he is fast. He accelerates and gets the corner.
That'll improve the yards per carry average, which is already over 7 for Procise. Again, in his first year as a running back for the Irish. This is Amir Carlisle, and the former Trojan gets bottled up in the backfield, and a flag comes in as Chris Hawkins put the hit on the former Trojan.
Holding. Offense, number 18. A 10-yard penalty. First down.
Amir Carlisle, all those years ago. So first and 20 after the hold by Hounshell. Kaiser, complete. Chris Brown. As the Irish have ripped off several big chunk plays already tonight, trailing 10-7. Procise, look at those big chunk plays. And even when he gets hit, the Irish quickly up to the Trojan 30. Moving up front. And it was Noah Jefferson, 91, who came across the line for USC.
Offside with contact. Defense, number 91. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
True freshman, 8 true freshmen playing on this Trojan defense as Procise gets the call again. And another big game for Procise into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Nick Wisher on the outside at tight end. Working to the outside, gets the kick out block right up underneath and through the gap. And that's acceleration. When C.J. Procise sees a window of opportunity, he accelerates through into the secondary.
So the big stars for Notre Dame coming through tonight. Will Fuller and C.J. Procise, the first 2 touchdowns. As Procise is already up to 61 yards on the ground. Justin Yoon makes it a 14-0 Notre Dame lead. What a wild ending at the Big House. And we've got a wild start here at Notre Dame Stadium. As both teams have scored on their first 2 possessions. Notre Dame leads it 14-10. And this is Adoree Jackson. And Jackson spun around maybe to the 20. As the Trojans begin at their own 21. Touchdown and a field goal in the first 2 possessions. And this is Dominique Davis on this running back by committee. And he is stopped for a loss.
That secondary.
Loss of 3. Kessler right on the money to Darius Rogers. And that's the mark he's been on this season. He's got 3rd and 8. Low snap. Has time. Buys more. And just throws it out of bounds. That'll bring it 4th down. And the punt unit for the Trojans.
Cole Luke on Jalen Green with a double move. He stayed right with him. And that's the guy that Kessler wanted to go to initially. Then he pulls it down and scrambles. Pretty solid coverage. Turned loose there. Juju Schuster-Smith, or whatever, Smith-Schuster, I apologize.
Oh, it's a block. Alvarado's punt is blocked, and Notre Dame is all over it for another score. Amir Carlisle with a touchdown. Alvarado never had a chance. And that was Equiminius St. Brown, 86, I believe, who got the hand on it.
Young freshman wide receiver that's got minimal playing time. Great on special teams, flies through and just laid out to make the block.
So now Notre Dame is 3 for 3 as far as touchdowns go. And they did this defensively. Advantage for Notre Dame. So the defense has scored once, offense twice. And Adoree Jackson is going to down this. And the USC Trojans will come out to the 25 after the shocking punt block for the latest Notre Dame score.
I really don't like the formations where you spread out on the punt block and have 3 fullbacks there in the background. Watch all 3 of the back men. They all fan. One double team, 4 guys through cleanly to the punter. 1 out of 3 doesn't get it done.
Just a swarm of blue jerseys. And Carlisle carried it in. The former USC Trojan. First block punt in a while for Notre Dame in 5 years. Kessler, quick hit to Smith-Schuster. Puts on a nice move, and he is across the 30-yard line. So Kessler on 2nd down and 4. That one not in the area that would have given Rodgers a chance to catch it.
Got a little behind because of that. You don't want to throw that ball late into the middle of the field. He missed in a safe spot.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for Kessler. Another bit of a low snap, and he just shovels it to Madden, and Madden gets the 1st down. He threw him in the 1st quarter. It was really maybe the worst game of his career as flags come in and stop this 1st and 10 play.
False start. Offense number 60. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
He, the man that stepped in front. So it's not like they were poor reads.
There were those numbers you just saw, along with 5 sacks for Kessler. So really an uncharacteristic outing for a guy that was in the Heisman conversation before the season began. He avoids another sack here and then just dumps it downfield incomplete. Pressure on Kessler, and if he just sits back there and has a chance and has time, he's just going to pick you apart like he did a year ago. Justin Davis picking apart the Irish defense for another 1st down on the ground, and Davis still on his feet down to the 36-yard line. And they give it to Davis again, this time stopped at the line of scrimmage.
In the backfield.
Adoree Jackson is in motion to the near side on 2nd down and 10. He fakes it Jackson's way. Has a lot of time back there, and a high throw hauled in by Rodgers. The plays for USC. He had that role even when Sarkisian was here beginning this season. Calls this one, and it's complete to Davis for another 1st down.
Pass interference. Offense number 89. A 15-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Huge flag there against USC's Daquan Hampton.
And it really doesn't have to. Yes, it does. He came off blocking knowing that they were going to dump the ball down to Davis, and Davis just hit the crease and went. It was a nicely designed play. The timing may have been a little off, hoping that the ball would be in the back's hand before that block happened.
To the near side. Kessler across the middle. And it's complete again to Rodgers. Again, plenty of time. Another flag comes down. Kessler's pass is deflected.
Holding. Offense number 72. Now penalties decline. 1st down, Notre Dame.
1st and 10 for Notre Dame. Up 21 to 10. Kaiser flips it to Procise. And Procise with more 1st down yardage. Notre Dame football on NBC. Here's how crazy this opening quarter has been. Look at this line. Notre Dame 6 plays, 2:45 time of possession. They've got 21 points in 6 plays. And they've got great field position here to begin this latest series. Kaiser on the keeper. Well, it certainly doesn't seem like a slow start for Notre Dame, right? Midterm week. There was a sluggish practice on Thursday, right? We were there. It did seem a little sluggish as Procise gets the call, and for more against USC, and they can have a long-awaited week off to rest up. 3rd and 2. Kaiser's got another 1st down to Chris Brown.
Sometimes you lose track that these kids are students as well.
Josh Adams to the left of Kaiser, and Adams is going to get, nope, they fake it to him, and Kaiser keeps it, fooled the USC defense. Kaiser with another first down to the 20, a gain of 16. Long time since that has been done by an Irish quarterback. And Kaiser on the mark, second down and 7. Again, Kaiser down to the 12, short of the first down. Again, they don't have that key guy that's able to put pressure on the quarterback. Here's Kaiser, and he's got the first down. Kaiser out in the flat, and that is complete to Torrey Hunter, and he's close to the goal line. The ball was loose. Trojans say they have it. And I don't know if the signal's been made yet. Yes, apparently it has. That was a Dory Jackson, who I believe stripped it from Hunter.
It's a first down play. You're down inside the 5.
Early on the field is fumbled, recovered by the defense in the end zone. Therefore, the result of the play is a touchback.
Hunter with the costly fumble, as Notre Dame looked like it was going to put some more points on the board. And
on your 1 yard line, you're out to the 20.
Flag comes in.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
See, remember he took over after Ed Orgeron left. After Sarkisian was hired. So he's in that spot again, and this one is incomplete. And they give it to Madden. Well, Madden picks his way along the right side. So C.J. Sanders, who's already brought one back the distance earlier this year, shoots 3 USC Trojan defenders and then takes off. Brought down inside the USC 45-yard line. Remember that feeling? Go out and take care of business tonight, a year removed from that loss. Kaiser finally gets rid of it.
Loss of getting rid of the football.
Kaiser now 6 of 7 for 123 yards, so that was the first incompletion for Kaiser on the night. 2nd and 10. Another flag comes in. And we got movement up front against Notre Dame.
False start. Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
They hit the quarter for the half.
I guess so. Little shovel over to Procise. He dances around and turns it into a pretty good gain. Kaiser surveying complete. First down, Notre Dame. To the man they call Breezy. Chris Brown, his nickname. Third catch, 38 yards. Procise this time gets stopped for maybe a yard. And that's how he started his college career in Notre Dame. So with a fractured ankle. Josh Adams gets loose, and Adams finally upended inside the Trojan 5. Jurian was waiting for the bye week to really get back. Has been forced into duty. First and goal from the 3. Kaiser can't get loose. They might have lost a yard or two. So an empty backfield for Kaiser on 2nd and goal. He lost 2 from the 5, and a quick pitch here to Josh Adams. He can't find the hole, and he's going to be brought down no further than the 5. So another flag rolls in.
Holding. Offense number 13. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Plenty of time for Kaiser over the head of Procise. Kaiser looking to the end zone. Knocked down. A good defensive play by Marvell Tell. So Justin Yoon, who hit a 52-yard field goal last week, his time expired in the first half. Third longest Notre Dame field goal in history, bangs this one through easily from 32 yards. So Notre Dame with 5:59 left in the opening half. Newsom's kick, rather short one. Again, directional kicking night for them as Adoree Jackson picks it up, evades some defenders and gets it out to the 25-yard line. 12 Hall of Famers now on each side for USC and Notre Dame, adding to the illustrious history of this rivalry. Kessler begins, and here we go. Jalen Green downfield, and he's got Juju Smith-Schuster, and Notre Dame fooled again.
Wide receivers have to go in and do these double passes and make this an accurate throw. Great job. I mean, the light goes off when you see a lateral. That was the blatant lateral, the first pass out to Jalen Green. Green, patient with his throw, delivers a strike. Right back on the board.
Man, that is a shocker. So back to the wild atmosphere at Notre Dame Stadium, as now each team has a one-play 75-yard touchdown drive. USC getting in the act on a gadget play. Jalen Green to Smith-Schuster. And so here is C.J. Sanders bringing it out for Notre Dame, and he's got a big hole up the middle. And he bursts up to the 35-yard line. Jackson at the same Sarah High School, which has featured a lot of USC stars through the years. And that provides the latest points for USC as Alize Jones, the tight end for Notre Dame, is finally going to be brought down by a swarm of Trojans. Process. Gain of about 2 or 3.
I think Notre Dame needs to keep riding Process as the workhorse on first and second down.
On 3rd and 3, Kaiser unable to hold on. On 4th and 3, Kaiser's still out there. And he is now going to back up and punt it. And Kaiser, who was a second-team All-State punter in high school, into the big Sunday night matchup in Indianapolis between the Colts and the Patriots. It's all coming your way on the Discover Card halftime report. So with 4:04 left in the opening half, Kessler in there is being pressured. And again, that one of the keys for Notre Dame's defense tonight. Adoree Jackson, and Jackson slices up, and Jackson could be gone. There's the speed of Adoree Jackson, and another huge play for USC.
The sheer speed to get through that gap.
And with 3:17 left in the opening half, Alex Wood makes it a 24-all game. Team's cornerback and receiver, but Adoree Jackson told the coach, I'm all right, give me more. I want to be more involved, especially Saturday night against Notre Dame. So out comes C.J. Sanders, and they have to fake the reverse, and Sanders keeps it, and he fools USC, and so Notre Dame lapsed before the game. He's okay. We know that he seems like he's going to be all right as Notre Dame gets bottled up here.
Because there was no outside hire coming in. The offense wasn't going to change. They know Clay Helton. The routine was similar. They were just going to the next day and ready to go.
Kaiser gets caught from behind, and down he goes. 3rd and 11, and suddenly the momentum has changed big time. Kaiser pressured, and he's going to go down again. A flag comes in.
Holding. Offense, number 78. That penalties decline. 4th down.
Notre Dame led this game 24-10. And now Tyler Newsome in punt formation, and the dangerous Adoree Jackson. They don't want to see it get into his hands, so you can see Newsome just go way over to the right to avoid another potential Jackson big play.
Win the job for him.
He told us when we saw him in Los Angeles, I would love this job. It would be a dream come true. Juju Smith-Schuster. Experienced is Kessler, the senior. Buying some more time and just running out of bounds. And he gets a little activity there. A flag comes in. Sheldon Day was over there to force him out. USC at the Notre Dame 42. 1:17 left. They got a couple of timeouts left. Over the middle, Kessler to the 40-yard line to Smith-Schuster. And another flag is down.
Personal foul, hands to the face, offense number 50. A 15-yard penalty, replay, first down.
He was saying the freshman for the first time in his career is going to have to play with some pain. We'll see how it goes. Another low snap. Kessler able to get it, gather it in, and then throw it out to Justin Davis, who puts on a move. Another closer look to see how close Kessler came to that red line. That's the line of scrimmage.
I'm calling it legit.
Entire body has to be across, so Kessler clearly was okay on that. But they need to get another 10 yards or so just for a chance within his range. And over the middle they go, and this is complete inside the Notre Dame 30-yard line is Jalen Green, the freshman who threw the touchdown pass. Pump fake, Kessler going up top to Green, incomplete. And here he comes in motion. Kessler looks his way, then goes right. And incomplete to the goal. See if Kessler can get him a little closer. He does. Out to the 20-yard line. And we've seen Kelly do this before. Ice kickers.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
With all this talent, and Kelly is going to add a little more ice
Notre Dame.
to Alex Wood. Well, in college football, you can go 3 timeouts in a row if you want.
Call them all.
Kelly's got one more.
I say he doesn't use it this time. He's using them all. I'll have to have a little talk with him about that.
Prior to the snap, timeout.
3 straight timeouts.
Brian Kelly says we got 3 in the pocket. We got 20 seconds left.
Use them all.
This for 17 unanswered points by USC to take the lead, perhaps, into the locker room. Hold is good, and this one's drifting left and off the left upright. No good.
It was the 3rd timeout.
Snap, hold, just hooked it by that much. So Notre Dame is going to take a knee, and that is the way this first half is going to end. Been fighting on here in South Bend. To look at the first half numbers. Huge passing yards for Cody Kessler, 310 in the opening half. Will Fuller and Adoree Jackson each had 1 catch, good for huge touchdown gains. And there are some big numbers left tonight in the second half. As these two proud programs settle another one. Helton and Kelly getting ready to buckle up. Tied at 24. C.J. Sanders awaits the kickoff from Alex Wood. And this is Sanders coming out from about the 8. Hit hard at the 25.
Now going to the sideline to start the half, Dan.
Thanks, Catherine. Kaiser starts this off with C.J. Procyse left side. Spins around, still on his feet, across the 30. Before a swarm of Trojans led by Chris Hawkins, who's up to 71 yards on the night. With his 7th carry. This time, Kaiser keeps it and plowing ahead for what appears to be his first year at running back. In fact, it's the only time that Kelly can remember putting a red jersey on a non-quarterback in practice just to eliminate the hits on his prize running back. And now Kaiser is going to go down again. He went down twice in the first half, and a big loss here. Backed up at their own 28. Design play. A draw run here from Kaiser. Where his lone catch of the game was the first play from scrimmage by Notre Dame a long time ago. Kaiser rolling to the right. Chased by 3 Trojans. Just slings it downfield. Incomplete. We'll punt it away for Notre Dame, and Adoree Jackson is now kind of shifting over, thinking he's going to get that kick to the right. It's a low one. Jackson hoping to field it, and he's just got to let it go. So, again, the defense from the punting situation for Notre Dame just keeping it out of the hands of Adoree Jackson. All-Americans. 2015 version being played out here tonight, tied at 24. And Ronald Jones, the talented freshman running back.
Point.
Holding. Offense number 73. After this is the goal, we play first down.
In this situation, if your eyes go off coverage, it's big.
Ball back at the USC 10, 1st and 20, and it's going to be 1st and 2nd and longer than that. And hello to Jones. On 2nd and 21, Kessler pumps it left, rolls right, pass complete, and in the clear is Deontay Burnett. USC with a little tempo here. And on the ground, picking up the first down is Jones, and he's in the clear. Ronald Jones trying to outrace the last Notre Dame defender, but he gets it all the way down to the 6. 1st and goal, USC. 10. Part of the great recruiting class by USC, Jones, and he's got him set up at the 7. And Madden inside the 5. 2nd and goal.
And that's what good athletes will do, even if you're in place to make a play.
They fake it to Madden. Kessler floats it to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Taylor McNamara, the tight end. 80-yard drive, and Wood knocks it through. A big 65-yard run by the freshman Ronald Jones, capped off by Taylor McNamara's touchdown catch, and this is C.J. Sanders coming on for the Irish. We got a flag in as Sanders is dancing around just across the 20.
Been all USC of late.
Personal foul, face mask, kicking team number 8. A 15-yard penalty will be added at the end of the play. First down, Notre Dame.
Forsyth caught in the backfield for a loss. That's Stuart Cravens inserted, and then had Hayden announced on Monday that Sarkisian was relieved of his duties and will take the helm for the rest of the year. So that was the week in LA, and that was just the 2nd catch for Will Fuller. Word on exactly what he is dealing with. A lot of speculation this week across the country on that. 3rd and 2. Kaiser pumps once, incomplete. Kaiser with that punt earlier in the game, just about in this field position. They're doing it again. Again, this is part of the strategy to keep it out of the hands of Adoree Jackson. So they're going to pin USC back just across its own 15-yard line. And that is where we stand, 31-24 with 7:57 left. That is Adoree Jackson in motion. And Kessler goes to Smith-Schuster.
He is getting the ball out of his hand in rhythm.
And here is Adoree Jackson, who picks up the first down. You know, we talked with Kessler. We'll wrap up the Sarkisian deal to a man. Everybody said they had the utmost respect for Sarkisian as a person and a football coach, and wished him the best. Jalen Green, who threw the touchdown pass earlier. Mitchell and Isaac Whitney, who broke a collarbone in practice this week. This is Jackson. Trojans trying to keep the drive alive, and dancing around is Justin Davis, and I believe they're going to give it to him. And they give it to him again. He gets 2 or 3 yards this time along. Set up the last touchdown for the Trojans, and now on 2nd and 8. A low snap, but flags came in before that.
False start. Offense number 73. A 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Boy, he is big.
2nd and 13. Davis gets another big chunk, but he's short of the first down marker.
And it's because of the athleticism of these tailbacks.
And here's Davis again, close to the first down. It'll depend on where they spot it. And he gets the carry. And that's another reason why USC is so high on many cases through the years in this rivalry. Here's Jones again. This time Notre Dame is there to wrap him up. And Kessler, incomplete.
Him and get your hands up.
So Alvarado punted it down to Sanders, who fair catches at the Notre Dame 9. And look at that. They're averaging 9 a play, USC. Notre Dame not too bad either. It's 7.4 yards a play. This is Procise. That buddy 6'5" and beyond, better than 320. Kaiser's pass is tipped by Cravens, who made a nice 3rd and 5. Started perfect 3 for 3 on 3rd down. Since nothing. Kaiser's going to be running it again, and he's going to get the first down all the way, flipped over at the 37. 3 pounds end over end. Kaiser picks up the big first down, and then he leaves it in the belly of Procise. He's close to another one. Bosa this season. He gets the first down. And he's got another carry here. Nothing going there, though. Sorts of time going deep downfield to Fuller, and he was interfered with.
Pass interference. Defense number 13. A 15-yard penalty with an automatic first down.
He's going to get loose, called for the flag. So now Notre Dame at the USC 36, trailing by 7, 31-24. Kaiser sets up again with time. He wants Fuller again. Incomplete. Another flag is in, and this time it's Adoree Jackson on the coverage.
Pass interference. Defense number 2, a 15-yard penalty with an automatic first down.
Back-to-back interference calls. Notre Dame trying to tie this one up. Get some points on the board for the first time in a while. This is Procise fighting for yardage around the right side. Let's take a look at our quarterback comparison brought to you by the Lincoln Motor Company. Doug, what stands out?
Well, Kessler just being solid as a rock and steady with 272 yards. And Kaiser has been inconsistent. He's hit some big plays, had opportunities for others and just missed them. It's more big play orient down the field for Notre Dame, more controlled passing game for USC.
And since that Torrey Hunter fumble near the goal line in the second quarter, look what USC has done since. 21 points, 343 yards, but the Irish on the move here at the 18, and it's Kaiser keeping it first down inside the 10. First and goal, Irish.
Nelson's going to pull, kick out, follows his blocks extremely well. I would have liked to see Kaiser just run for the corner and try to get that edge at the end.
Most active we've seen Kaiser all year on the ground. 12 carries, 57 yards. And first and goal from the 6. Kaiser to the goal line, and Fuller not able to haul it in. Carlisle, Brown, and Fuller. He gives it to Procise inside the 5 and fighting for yardage. Touchdown, Irish. In the opening seconds of the 4th. And are we headed for another classic finish between USC and Notre Dame in the 87th meeting? We'll find out. 14:20 left. Notre Dame just tied it up at 31 apiece. And Adoree Jackson is going to have a chance this time. And there he goes across the 30, and another good return.
The shots on the outside. When you're a man-to-man, Notre Dame has to take those shots.
Procise with 93 yards on the night, and here's USC set up after the good return by Jackson. Play action for Kessler on first down. And he's got a wide open Trojan inside the Irish 40, and it's Deontay Burnett.
Very accurate.
Madden on the ground. And Kessler is here in a tie game with 13 minutes left, trying to do just that. Incomplete over the middle. Third
For athlete's hand.
80,000 plus waking up here. 3rd and 10 for Kessler.
Potential blitz.
Stepping up. Kessler's going to go down. Isaac Rochelle.
Ball.
But a lot of pressure at times on Kessler tonight. That's the first time that Notre Dame has been able to drop him for a sack. 9 years old when that happened. And he's a quarterback as the Irish begin at their own 9-yard line. And Procise gets a big burst up the middle to give him a lot of cushion out to the 25. On Procise this week. And here he is again. Procise into the secondary and being dragged across midfield.
It's a state of mind. Run the football downhill. Ronnie Stanley takes his man down and then kicks him back out. Look at the size of that hole. And Procise going north and south.
He had 3 touchdowns last week, 2 more this week. He's got 11 on the season. And all the momentum is going Notre Dame's way. As they got on the board to open the 4th quarter, and here's Procise again. In his first year as a running back. Double pass. Yep, here we go. Torrey Hunter, double pass coming on downfield. And it's Alize Jones for the big game. Big play to set up Notre Dame on the USC 12. Kaiser. And they give it to Procise up the middle. He gets backed away from the 10-yard line. Corey Robinson at the near side. He's the guy they like to go to in these situations. And Robinson hauls it in. Yard score on 3rd and 8 to Robinson.
The ball's put in a great spot for Corey Robinson to make a play on it. Out to the outside, away from the defender. Great body control and reaction to the ball. Way to play the ball in the air. That's a great catch by Corey Robinson.
Kaiser stays in there with a hold. Justin Yoon with a point after gives the Irish a 38-31 lead.
They're all
as
here.
well.
It's production. They're road tripping it.
31 for USC, 38 Notre Dame, and that's Adoree Jackson who bobbles it at the 2. And then is twisted around at about the 17-18-yard line. Back at the controls. And Madden skirts the left side for a pretty good gain of 3 or 4. Low snap again. Pump once, and downfield goes Kessler, and what a play! Intercepted by Kivari Russell.
Smith-Schuster's one-on-one with Kivari Russell on the corner. Outside technique, little double move. And as a quarterback, you see your best receiver out there, you're putting it up and giving him a chance. Play on the ball and outfights him for it.
So a rare interception by Kessler just when we're talking about how good he is, but that was really a great play by Russell. Kaiser's got time, and he's going deep downfield. Fuller! Complete! And again he burns Jackson.
With a guy, it's very hard to outthrow Will Fuller, and the 2 fastest guys on the field are going stride for stride, but the ball's in a perfect spot, and that's not an easy catch. Fading to the outside. I mean, how close can Jackson be to the ball?
So the ball at the USC 22, and that was a beautifully thrown ball by Kaiser, but this time he loses 1 or 2. Mr. Fuller. Kaiser to Procise. Tries to spin. 3rd and long it'll bring up. Kaiser trying to move the Irish a little closer. And open is Procise. Trying to get to the first down marker, but he's going to be short. Nice hold there by Kaiser. Snap wasn't exactly on target. Horse racing Breeders' Cup World Championships right down there in the Mecca of horse country, Lexington, Kentucky, Saturday, October 31st on NBC. So Notre Dame with a 10-point lead. And news.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team number 85. By roll, the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line.
He had the 83-yard strike. He can score at any moment, any time with that speed. Kessler rolling right incomplete. Kessler, plenty of time. Ball batted, and it's intercepted by Max Redfield. Going the other way. And down he goes deep inside Trojan territory. So another pick. It was Kivari Russell a moment ago and Max Redfield.
It may have been Kivari Russell, but it's soft zone and running with the receiver on the in route. Tight window. Kessler gets a little impatient. He finally decides to force one down the field. Russell gets a hand in there, tips it in the air. Redfield comes up with the pick, but it was Kivari Russell making the play on the ball.
Yep. Russell, who had the pick earlier, and Redfield. You talk about a guy a little bit in the doghouse for Notre Dame. He had a couple of missed tackles in the Navy game early. Didn't start tonight. Farley got the start, and Redfield, USC, before he was flipped. And now Notre Dame with 5:20 left here, Doug, and choose some clock.
As I
Procise. Love to pick up the first down here. Chew up more time. Fake to Procise. Thought about going to Fuller with a flat, and then Kaiser is going to take the sack.
want to see Kaiser punting it.
Well,
Just because.
he told us he's been begging for that job. I mean, Newsom's leg is so big and accurate. Obviously, he's the guy. And Newsom trying to put him back deep. Did they tap it back? Yes! At the 1.
The ball, if it crosses the goal line at all, would be a touchback. If it crosses at all or touches, I think he got to it before the goal line.
And that's Greer Martini getting on it, but that's great hustle by Devin Butler.
I'm sure they'll look at it, but there's no doubt he got to it. And it's not like the NFL rule where you can stay in the field of play and bat it back. It's where the ball is. If this ball touches that line, it would be a touchback. He just got to it.
Ball is inside the Trojan 1. 3:35 left. USC trailing 41-31. Kessler trying to give him some room. And what a hit on Burnett. 6, second down and 4. Trojans need 2 scores. Shovel pass to Madden. He's short of the first.
In the middle of the field.
Precious time ticking off. 3rd and 1 for USC. Madden caught in the backfield for a loss. Romeo Okwara. Play clock rolling down inside 5. Pelton says, let's get this thing gone here. Kessler waiting at his own goal line, gets it to Madden. He's got the first down, and he gets out of bounds. Kessler has showed a lot of poise tonight, 24-38, but he does have the 2 picks. And he's got over the middle Petit, Tyler Petit. From his own 32. Stops, waits, Madden gets across the 35 for a decent gain.
Keep the clock running for the Notre Dame defense. USC will have to take a shot at some point.
They've got the athletes to do it. Kessler over the middle, underneath. And that's going to be short of the sticks. Kessler waiting for somebody to get open and just throws it out of bounds. Notre Dame just a stop away from putting this one away. Kessler complete near side, first down. Waiting for this big play attempt here by Kessler. He's been underneath, and that ball gets loose. Intended for Petit. It's trailing by 10. Waiting for one of these big shots from Kessler to one of these speedy wideouts. Pressure, steps up. It throws near side. Complete to Smith. Shoot.
You know, he's hanging on to the ball, moving around. It just isn't happening for him down the field.
Now he's going to run this. He's trying to get out of bounds to stop it, and he will. Second down. Kessler in trouble, and down he goes. Third and long.
Eventually you're going to get there, but the defensive line, you get tired pass rushing every play, and eventually Notre Dame finally got there.
All of that time running off. Now we're going to be down to 20 seconds on this snap on 3rd and 14. Shovel up to Davis.
That'll do it.
And that is going to probably do it here unless, yep. Jalen Smith with a final tackle of the game, and time has finally run out on the Trojans. Notre Dame wins it 41-31. Where the Irish get it done 41-31.